Imagine standing on a high mountain peak, surrounded by the echoes of an ancient world. The air is thin, the sky a piercing blue, and all around, the Andes stretch out in majestic silence. This is the land of the Incas, a civilization that flourished high in the rugged mountains of South America, leaving behind a legacy that still whispers through the stones of their once great empire. The Incas rose to prominence in the early 15th century, their empire stretching from modern-day Colombia to Chile. They built their civilization on the foundations of earlier Andean cultures, weaving together a society that was as complex as it was magnificent. At its height, the Inca Empire, known as Tawantinsuyu, was the largest empire in pre-Columbian America. The Inca capital, Cusco, was the heart of this vast domain, a city laid out in the shape of a puma, a sacred animal symbolizing strength and protection. The geography of the Inca Empire was as diverse as it was vast. The Incas mastered the highlands of the Andes, the coastal deserts, and the lush Amazon rainforest. They built extensive road networks that spanned thousands of miles, connecting distant parts of the empire. These roads, often carved into steep mountain sides, were engineering marvels, showcasing the ingenuity and determination of the Inca people. Life in the Inca Empire was a tapestry of harmony and order. Society was organized into ayllus, extended family groups that worked the land together, sharing resources and responsibilities. The Incas were skilled farmers, creating terraced fields on mountain slopes, using advanced irrigation systems to grow crops like potatoes, maize, and quinoa. Llamas and alpacas, domesticated animals, were vital for transport and wool, playing a crucial role in the daily life of the Inca people. But beyond the impressive feats of agriculture and engineering, it was the Inca mythology that wove the very fabric of their existence. The Incas believed in a world alive with divine forces and spirits. Their myths and legends were not just stories, they were the very essence of their identity, shaping their understanding of the world and their place in it. Inca mythology was rich and deeply interwoven with their religious beliefs. The Inca pantheon included a multitude of gods and goddesses, each with their own domains and stories. Viracocha, the great creator god, was believed to have fashioned the world and all living beings. Inti, the sun god, was the most important deity, a radiant figure who was worshipped with grand ceremonies and offerings. The Sapa Inca, the emperor, was considered the living son of Inti, a divine ruler whose power came directly from the heavens. Mama Quilla, the moon goddess, was another central figure in Inca mythology. She governed the night and the calendar, her phases guiding the agricultural cycles. Pachamama, the earth goddess, was revered as the mother of all life, a nurturing force who provided the bounty of the land. The Incas honored her with rituals and offerings, seeking her blessings for fertile fields and abundant harvests. Religious beliefs permeated every aspect of Inca life. Temples and shrines were scattered throughout the empire, sacred places where the Incas communicated with their gods. The most sacred of all was the Coricancha in Cusco, a temple dedicated to Inti. Its walls were once covered in sheets of gold, glittering in the sunlight, a testament to the devotion and wealth of the Inca people. Rituals played a vital role in Inca society, marking important events and transitions. The Inti Raymi, or Festival of the Sun, was the most important celebration, held during the winter solstice. Thousands of people gathered in Cusco to honor Inti, participating in ceremonies that included music, dance, and offerings. Sacrifices, often of llamas, were made to ensure the favor of the gods and the well-being of the empire. Oral traditions were the lifeblood of Inca mythology. The Incas did not have a written language. Instead, they relied on a rich oral heritage to pass down their stories, history, and knowledge. Skilled storytellers, known as amautas, were the keepers of this knowledge. They recited the tales of gods and heroes, of creation and conquest, ensuring that the wisdom of the ancients lived on in the hearts and minds of the people. These stories were more than mere entertainment. They were a means of preserving the past and teaching future generations. Through myths, the Incas conveyed moral lessons, cultural values, and a sense of identity. The story of Manco Capac and Mama Oclo, the mythical founders of the Inca dynasty, taught the virtues of leadership and wisdom. The legend of the Ire brothers explained the origins of the Inca royal lineage, reinforcing the divine right of the Sapa Inca to rule. The Incas saw their world as a harmonious whole, where everything was connected. The natural world, the gods, and humanity were all part of a larger cosmic order. This belief in interconnectedness was reflected in their art, architecture, and daily practices. The Incas built their cities in harmony with the landscape, creating structures that blended seamlessly with their surroundings. They crafted intricate textiles and pottery, adorned with symbols and motifs that told stories of their gods and heroes. As you stand on that mountain peak, feeling the weight of history and myth all around, it's impossible not to be moved by the legacy of the Incas. Their civilization was more than just an empire. It was a world where the sacred and the everyday were intertwined, where every stone and every story held a piece of their soul. The Incas may have vanished into the mists of time, but their mythology lives on, a testament to the enduring power of belief and the beauty of a world where gods and humans walked side by side. In the beginning, before time itself was measured, there was Pachamama and Pachacamac. They were the earth and the sky, the breath of life and the soul of creation. Pachamama, the nurturing mother, was the ground beneath our feet, the mountains that reached towards the heavens, and the fertile fields that fed her children. Pachacamac, her counterpart, was the life-giving force, the sky above, and the spirit that animated all living beings. The world was a dark and formless void, a place waiting to be shaped and filled with life. Pachamama, with her boundless love and creativity, began to mold the earth. She crafted the mountains and valleys, the rivers and lakes, each feature of the landscape a reflection of her care and devotion. Pachacamac, with his boundless energy, breathed life into her creations, bringing forth plants and animals, each one a testament to his power. Together, they formed the world, a harmonious blend of earth and sky, life and spirit. But something was missing. The world, though beautiful and vibrant, needed beings who could appreciate its wonders, who could live and love, laugh and cry, beings who could tell the stories of Pachamama and Pachacamac's grand creation. From the rich soil of the earth, Pachamama shaped the first humans. She fashioned them with great care, giving them strong bodies to navigate the rugged terrain, gentle hands to tend to the fields, and keen minds to understand the mysteries of the world. Pachacamac then bestowed upon them the breath of life, filling their lungs with the air of the heavens and their hearts with the spark of the divine. The first humans awoke to a world of unparalleled beauty. They saw the towering peaks of the Andes, the endless expanse of the sky, and the shimmering waters of the rivers. They felt the warmth of the sun on their skin, the cool breeze of the night, and the steady heartbeat of the earth beneath their feet. They were filled with awe and gratitude, for they knew they were the children of Pachamama and Pachacamac, beings born of love and spirit. As the humans began to live and thrive, they honored Pachamama and Pachacamac with offerings and rituals, giving thanks for the gifts of life and sustenance. They built altars and temples, sacred spaces where they could connect with the divine forces that had created them. They sang songs and told stories, passing down the legends of their origins from generation to generation, ensuring that the memory of their creators would never fade. But the creation of the world was not complete. From the depths of the cosmos emerged Viracocha, the great creator deity, whose presence was both awe-inspiring and comforting. Viracocha was a god of immense power and wisdom, a being who transcended the earthly realm and held the secrets of the universe in his hands. He looked upon the world that Pachamama and Pachacamac had fashioned and saw that it was good, but he knew that there was more to be done. Viracocha descended to the earth, walking among the mountains and valleys, the rivers and lakes. He saw the beauty of the land and the creatures that inhabited it, but he also saw the challenges and hardships that lay ahead. With a heart full of compassion and a mind brimming with ideas, Viracocha set about shaping the cosmos, bringing order to the chaos and light to the darkness. He began by creating the sun, Inti, a brilliant orb that would rise each day to bring warmth and light to the world. Inti was a radiant god, a symbol of hope and renewal, whose presence filled the hearts of the people with joy. Viracocha then fashioned Mamaquilla, the moon, a gentle goddess who would guide the night and soothe the weary souls of the earth. She was a beacon of peace and tranquility, a reminder that even in the darkest hours, there was always a glimmer of light. To balance the forces of nature, Viracocha created the stars, scattering them across the night sky like jewels on a velvet cloak. Each star was a story, a piece of wisdom, a guiding light for those who sought understanding and truth. He also crafted the wind, Elapa, the god of thunder and weather, whose mighty presence commanded respect and awe. Elapa's storms brought rain to the fields and cleansed the earth, a reminder of the power and majesty of the natural world. With the cosmos now in balance, Viracocha turned his attention to the humans. He saw their struggles, their joys, their triumphs, and their sorrows. He knew that they needed guidance, teachings to help them navigate the complexities of life. He walked among them, imparting wisdom and knowledge, teaching them the arts of agriculture, architecture, and medicine. He showed them how to live in harmony with the land, how to honor Pachamama and Pachacamac, and how to find strength and courage in the face of adversity. Viracocha's presence brought a sense of purpose and meaning to the lives of the people. They saw him as a father, a teacher, a guardian who watched over them with unwavering love. They built great temples in his honor, places where they could come together to worship and give thanks. They celebrated festivals and ceremonies, moments of joy and unity that brought the community closer together. The creation of the world and humanity, the shaping of the cosmos, and the teachings of Viracocha became the foundation of Inca mythology. These stories were not just tales of gods and creation, they were the very essence of the Inca way of life, a reflection of their values, beliefs, and hopes. They reminded the people of their connection to the divine, their place in the grand tapestry of existence, and the enduring power of love, compassion, and wisdom. And so, as the sun set behind the mighty Andes and the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, the people would gather around their fires, sharing stories of Pachamama and Pachacamac, of Viracocha and the creation of the world. Their hearts would swell with pride and gratitude, for they knew that they were part of something greater, something beautiful and timeless. And in those moments, they felt the presence of their creators, guiding them, loving them, and reminding them that they were never alone. The sun rose majestically over the Andes, casting its golden light across the rugged landscape, awakening the world with its warmth. In the heart of this radiant dawn lived Inti, the sun god, the beacon of life and hope for the Inca people. Inti's light was not just the dawn of a new day, it was a symbol of power, vitality, and divine grace that touched every aspect of Inca life. Inti was more than just the sun, he was the lifeblood of the Inca Empire, the patron deity who watched over his people with a benevolent gaze. His presence was felt in every sunrise, every harvest, and every celebration. The Incas believed that Inti's golden rays were a direct gift from the heavens, a blessing that nourished their fields and filled their hearts with joy. He was the father of all creation, the one who brought warmth and life to the cold, high-altitude world of the Andes. Each morning, as the first light of dawn kissed the peaks of the mountains, the Incas would turn their faces towards the east, offering prayers and thanks to Inti. They knew that without his light, their world would be plunged into darkness and despair. His journey across the sky was a daily miracle, a reminder of the divine order that governed their lives. As the sun climbed higher, its warmth spread over the terraces of Machu Picchu, the stone streets of Cusco, and the humble fields of the farmers, filling every corner of the empire with its life-giving energy. Inti was more than just a celestial body, he was a deity of immense importance, woven into the very fabric of Inca culture. The Sapa Inca, the emperor, was believed to be Inti's earthly representative, a living embodiment of the sun god's power and authority. This divine connection legitimized the ruler's reign, binding the people to their leader through the sacred lineage of the sun. Festivals dedicated to Inti were the most magnificent and joyous events in the Inca calendar. Inti Raymi, the festival of the sun, was celebrated with grandeur and fervor. Thousands would gather in Cusco, the navel of the world, to honor their god with dances, music, and rituals that lasted for days. The air would be filled with the sound of drums and flutes, the scent of incense, and the sight of colorful costumes and elaborate masks. Offerings of maize, gold, and llamas were made to Inti, seeking his favor and blessings for the coming year. These celebrations were not just acts of worship, they were profound expressions of love, gratitude, and unity, binding the community together under the watchful eye of their sun god. But as the sun set, casting long shadows over the land, another divine presence began to reveal itself. Mama Quilla, the moon goddess, Inti's sister wife, emerged to take her place in the night sky. Her soft, silvery light bathed the world in a serene glow, offering a gentle contrast to Inti's fiery brilliance. Mama Quilla was the goddess of the moon, time, and fertility, a celestial mother who watched over the night and brought peace to the darkness. Mama Quilla was revered for her beauty and grace, her presence a source of comfort and guidance. She governed the lunar calendar, her phases marking the passage of time and the rhythms of agricultural life. The Incas looked to her for guidance on when to plant and harvest, trusting in her wisdom to ensure the fertility of their crops and the prosperity of their land. Her connection to the cycles of the moon was a reminder of the natural order and the delicate balance of life. In the quiet hours of the night, when the world was still and the stars shone brightly, the Incas would offer prayers and sacrifices to Mama Quilla. They believed that her light had the power to protect them from harm, to heal their wounds, and to bring them closer to the divine. Her temples, often situated on high mountain peaks or by tranquil lakes, were places of profound reverence and reflection. These sacred sites were where the people could connect with the gentle spirit of the moon goddess, seeking her blessings and offering thanks for her watchful care. Mama Quilla was also the goddess of marriage and childbirth, a guardian of women and families. She was invoked during weddings and births, her blessings sought to ensure happy unions and healthy children. Mothers would sing lullabies to their infants, whispering prayers to Mama Quilla to protect their little ones through the night. Her presence in their lives was a source of strength and hope, a divine assurance that they were never alone. The relationship between Inti and Mama Quilla was one of harmony and balance, their divine dance a reflection of the natural world. Together, they embodied the duality of existence, day and night, light and darkness, warmth and coolness. Their union was a symbol of the interconnectedness of all things, a reminder that life cycles are a delicate interplay of forces, each essential to the whole. The Incas saw their world through the lens of these divine beings, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of the cosmos. Every sunrise was a gift from Inti, every moonrise a blessing from Mama Quilla. The stories of these gods were not just myths, they were the essence of the Inca spirit, a testament to the beauty and mystery of the universe. In the glow of Inti's day and the embrace of Mama Quilla's night, the Inca people found their place in the world. They lived with a sense of wonder and reverence, knowing that they were part of a grand, cosmic tapestry woven by the hands of the gods. And as the sun set and the moon rose, they would look to the heavens, their hearts filled with awe and gratitude, feeling the presence of Inti and Mama Quilla in every moment, guiding them, loving them, and reminding them of the enduring power of the divine. The sky darkened, and a hush fell over the land. A deep rumble echoed through the mountains, a sound that sent shivers down the spines of those who heard it. This was the voice of Elapa, the weather god, the mighty bringer of thunder and rain. Elapa's presence was both fearsome and revered, a force of nature that could bring life or devastation with a single storm. Elapa was more than just a god of weather, he was the embodiment of the elements' power and unpredictability. His realm was the sky, where he commanded the clouds, the rain, and the thunderbolts. The Incas believed that Elapa held a great jug of water in the heavens, and when he poured it out, the rain would fall, nourishing the earth and filling rivers and lakes. His lightning was the flash of his weapon, a reminder of his might and the divine forces at play. Farmers looked to Elapa with both hope and trepidation. The rains he brought were essential for their crops, turning dry soil into fertile ground. Yet, they also feared his wrath, for a storm too fierce could destroy their fields and homes. In times of drought, they would offer sacrifices and prayers, pleading for Elapa's mercy. They would gather on hilltops and sacred sites, lifting their voices in songs of supplication, their hearts filled with the hope that the weather god would hear their cries and send the life-giving rain. Elapa's power was not limited to the rain, he was also the master of thunder and lightning. The Incas believed that his thunderbolts were messages from the gods, signs that could herald change or warn of danger. When a storm raged and the sky was alive with flashes of light and rolls of thunder, they knew that Elapa was near, his presence a testament to the raw, untamed forces that shaped their world. But Elapa was not just a bringer of storms, he was also a guardian of warriors. His strength and ferocity in battle made him a symbol of courage and might. Warriors would invoke Elapa before going into combat, seeking his favor and protection. They believed that his power coursed through their veins, giving them the strength to fight bravely and the resilience to endure. In the heart of the Inca Empire lay Cusco, a city that was more than just a capital. It was the center of the universe, the birthplace of civilization, and the sacred ground where myths and reality intertwined. According to legend, Cusco was founded by Manco Capac and Mama Aclo, the children of Inti, the sun god. They emerged from the depths of Lake Titicaca, carrying with them the knowledge and blessings of their divine father. Manco Capac and Mama Aclo were sent by Inti to find a place where they could establish a city that would become the heart of the Inca Empire. They carried a golden staff, a sacred tool given by Inti to guide them. They were told that wherever the staff sank into the ground and disappeared, that place would be the center of their new civilization. After a long journey, they arrived in the fertile valley of Cusco. There, the staff sank effortlessly into the earth, and they knew they had found their destined home. Cusco was not just a city, it was a living, breathing embodiment of Inca culture and spirituality. The Incas believed that the city was laid out in the shape of a puma, a sacred animal symbolizing strength and protection. The head of the puma was Sacsayhuaman, a fortress that overlooked the city, its massive stone walls a testament to the ingenuity and skill of Inca builders. The body of the puma stretched through the city, with its heart at the Coricancha, the temple of the sun. The Coricancha was the most sacred site in Cusco, a temple dedicated to Inti. Its walls were once covered in gold, reflecting the sun's rays and filling the temple with a radiant glow. Within its hallowed halls, priests performed rituals and ceremonies to honor Inti and other deities, ensuring the continued favor and prosperity of the empire. The Coricancha was not just a place of worship, it was the spiritual center of the Inca world, where the divine and the earthly converged. Cusco's streets were filled with the sounds of daily life, the laughter of children, the chatter of market vendors, and the solemn chants of priests. It was a city of contrasts, where the hustle and bustle of human activity existed alongside the serene and sacred. The Incas saw Cusco as the navel of the world, the point where all lines of power and influence converged. From this central point, their empire spread out in all directions, connected by a vast network of roads that spanned mountains, valleys, and deserts. Every year, the people of Cusco celebrated Inti Raymi, the festival of the sun, with grandeur and devotion. Thousands would gather to honor Inti and to give thanks for the blessings of the past year. The festival was a time of joy and unity, a reflection of the deep bond between the people and their gods. During the celebration, the Sapa Inca, dressed in ceremonial robes and adorned with gold, would lead processions and rituals, reaffirming the divine connection that bound the ruler to Inti and the people to their land. As the day turned to night and the stars appeared in the sky, the people of Cusco would look up and see Elapa's lightning dance across the heavens. They would feel the presence of their gods, the divine forces that watched over them, guided them, and protected them. In those moments, they knew that they were part of something greater, a sacred lineage that stretched back to the dawn of time and would continue into the future. The power of Elapa and the sacredness of Cusco were woven into the very essence of Inca life. They were reminders of the divine forces that shaped their world, the gods who watched over them, and the myths that gave meaning to their existence. The stories of Elapa's thunder and rain, and the mythological origins of Cusco, were not just tales of the past. They were the heartbeat of a civilization, a testament to the enduring power of faith, tradition, and the human spirit. The sky was painted in hues of orange and gold as the first light of dawn touched the ancient stones of Cusco. Excitement buzzed through the air as thousands of people gathered, their hearts beating as one. It was Inti Raymi, the festival of the sun, a celebration that filled the Inca Empire with joy and reverence, a time when the people came together to honor Inti, their beloved sun god. Inti Raymi was more than a festival, it was the soul of the Inca culture. It marked the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year, when the sun began its journey back to the heights of the sky, promising warmth and life. On this day, the Incas believed Inti was at his weakest, and they needed to offer their devotion and gratitude to strengthen him. The festival was a symbol of renewal and hope, a reminder of the divine connection between the sun and the people. As the first rays of sunlight broke over the horizon, the Sapa Inca, the emperor, emerged from his palace, dressed in resplendent robes adorned with gold and feathers. His presence commanded respect and awe, for he was seen as the earthly representative of Inti. The crowd fell silent, their eyes fixed on the Sapa Inca as he raised his hands to the sky, welcoming the sun. This moment of connection between the divine and the mortal was the heart of Inti Raymi, a profound expression of faith and unity. The festival began with a grand procession through the streets of Cusco. Priests, nobles, and commoners alike participated, their faces shining with anticipation and joy. The air was filled with the sound of drums, flutes, and the rhythmic chanting of hymns to Inti. Each step taken was a step of reverence, a journey of the soul towards the divine light. The streets were lined with flowers and banners, vibrant colors that mirrored the beauty of the sun. At the Coricancha, the Temple of the Sun, the most sacred site in Cusco, the rituals reached their peak. The temple's golden walls gleamed in the sunlight, a beacon of the god's presence on earth. Inside, priests offered sacrifices of llamas, maize, and chicha, a sacred corn beer, to honor Inti. The scent of burning incense filled the air, carrying prayers and hopes to the heavens. The sacrifices were acts of deep gratitude, acknowledging the gifts of life and sustenance that Inti bestowed upon his children. Throughout the day, the people engaged in dances and performances that told the stories of their ancestors and gods. The dances were not just entertainment, they were a form of worship, a way to connect with the divine through movement and music. Each step and gesture was filled with meaning, a tribute to the sun god who watched over them. As the sun reached its zenith, the Sapa Inca stood before the gathered masses and offered a golden cup filled with chicha to Inti. He poured the sacred drink onto the ground, a symbolic gesture of giving back to the earth what had been received. This act was a reminder of the cycle of life, the eternal bond between the sun, the earth, and the people. When the sun began to set, the festival did not end. The night was filled with feasting, storytelling, and more dancing. Fires were lit, casting a warm glow over the city, a reflection of the sun's lingering presence. The people of Cusco celebrated with their hearts full, knowing that their devotion had strengthened Inti and that he would rise again stronger, bringing light and life to their world. High above the sacred valley, nestled among the clouds, lay Machu Picchu, a site of profound spiritual significance. This ancient citadel, hidden from the world for centuries, was a place where the Incas connected with the divine in a deep and intimate way. Machu Picchu was more than a royal estate, it was a sacred sanctuary, a testament to the Incas' reverence for the natural world and their gods. Machu Picchu was a place of pilgrimage and worship, a site where the Incas could feel the presence of their gods and the natural beauty that surrounded them. The mountains, rivers, and sky all seemed to converge in a harmonious symphony of the divine. The Incas believed that the site was chosen by their gods, a place where the earth and the heavens met. One of the most sacred structures within Machu Picchu was the Intihuatana, or hitching post of the sun. This carved stone pillar was believed to be an astronomical and spiritual tool, a way to connect with Inti and mark the changing seasons. During ceremonies, priests would gather around the Intihuatana to observe the movement of the sun and conduct rituals that ensured the harmony of the cosmos. The stone was not just a marker, it was a sacred object that held the essence of Inti's power. The Temple of the Sun, another key structure, was a place of immense spiritual energy. Its semicircular walls and carefully placed windows aligned with the solstices, allowing the sun's rays to fill the temple with light during these significant times. Inside, priests would perform ceremonies to honor Inti, offering prayers and sacrifices to ensure the continued favor of the sun god. The temple was a living testament to the Incas' architectural genius and their deep spiritual connection to the sun. Machu Picchu was also home to the Temple of the Three Windows, a structure that offered breathtaking views of the surrounding mountains. The three windows symbolized the three realms of Inca cosmology: the heavens, the earth, and the underworld. From this vantage point, the Incas could contemplate the vastness of the universe and their place within it. The temple was a place of reflection and meditation, a space where the divine and the earthly were one. The citadels, terraces, fountains, and plazas were all designed with a sense of sacred geometry, reflecting the Incas' belief in the harmony of the natural world. Water flowed through carefully constructed channels, symbolizing life and purity, while the terraces provided space for agriculture and sustenance. Every aspect of Machu Picchu was a reflection of the Incas' spiritual beliefs and their reverence for the world around them. As the sun set over Machu Picchu, casting long shadows over the ancient stones, the Incas would gather in quiet contemplation. They would feel the presence of their ancestors and gods in the cool mountain air and the distant sound of flowing water. In those moments, they were reminded of the enduring power of their faith and the sacred bond that connected them to the divine. Inti Raymi and Machu Picchu were more than just traditions and structures, they were the heart and soul of the Inca civilization. They embodied the Incas' deep spiritual connection to their gods and the natural world, a connection that filled their lives with meaning and purpose. Through the celebration of the sun and the reverence for sacred sites, the Incas honored their past, celebrated their present, and looked to the future with hope and devotion. In the quiet moments when the world held its breath, the ground beneath seemed to pulse with a hidden life, whispering ancient secrets of the earth. It was in these moments that the Inca people felt the presence of Amaru, the serpent deity, the guardian of the underground waters. Amaru was no ordinary serpent. He was a creature of immense power and wisdom, his body winding through the earth, connecting the realms of the living and the divine. Amaru was seen as a protector, a being who watched over the precious waters that flowed beneath the surface. These underground rivers and springs were the lifeblood of the land, nurturing crops, quenching thirst, and sustaining life. The Incas revered Amaru not just for his guardianship but for the mystery and awe he embodied. His serpentine form was a symbol of the earth's hidden depths, the unseen forces that shaped the world above. The presence of Amaru was felt in the clear, cool waters that bubbled up from springs and wells. These were considered sacred places, blessed by the touch of the serpent god. People would gather at these springs, offering prayers and gifts to honor Amaru and to seek his blessings. They believed that by respecting the waters, they were honoring the deity who protected them, ensuring that the life-giving streams would continue to flow. Amaru's image was often depicted in the art and architecture of the Inca Empire. His serpentine form could be seen carved into the stones of temples and woven into the intricate patterns of textiles. These representations were not just decorative, they were reminders of the sacred bond between the people and the earth, a bond that Amaru helped to maintain. The serpent deity was also a symbol of transformation and rebirth. Just as a serpent sheds its skin, Amaru represented the cycles of nature, the endless process of renewal and change. The Incas believed that through honoring Amaru, they could tap into these natural cycles, gaining wisdom and strength from the earth's continuous regeneration. As the guardian of the underground waters, Amaru was also seen as a bridge between the earthly realm and the underworld. This connection brought the Inca people face to face with the mysteries of life and death, a realm overseen by another powerful deity, Supui, the god of the underworld and ruler of the dead. Supui was a figure both feared and respected. He ruled over Ukupasha, the world below, where the souls of the deceased journeyed after death. Supui's domain was a place of shadows and whispers, a realm where the past lingered and the mysteries of existence were contemplated. The Incas understood that death was not an end but a passage, a journey guided by Supui's watchful presence. Supui was often depicted with a fearsome visage, his appearance a reminder of the formidable power he wielded. Yet, despite his intimidating form, he was not a malevolent god. The Incas believed that Supui's role was essential to the balance of the universe. He was the keeper of the dead, ensuring that the souls of the departed found their rightful place in the afterlife. His rule was a necessary counterpart to the vibrancy of the living world above. The rituals and ceremonies dedicated to Supui were solemn and profound. These acts of reverence took place in sacred caves and underground chambers, spaces that were seen as gateways to the underworld. Offerings of food, drink, and precious items were made to honor Supui and to seek his favor. These offerings were meant to ensure that the dead were cared for and that the living were protected from the malevolent spirits that might wander the night. Supui's influence extended beyond the spiritual. He was also seen as a guardian of the earth's resources. Just as Amaru watched over the waters, Supui was believed to have control over the minerals and treasures buried within the earth. Miners and those who worked with metals would offer prayers to Supui, asking for his protection and guidance as they delved into the earth's depths. They knew that their work was both a gift and a challenge, a task that required respect for the god who ruled the underworld. The stories of Amaru and Supui were woven into the fabric of Inca life, their presence a constant reminder of the interconnectedness of all things. The earth, the waters, the cycles of life and death, all were part of a sacred whole, a tapestry of existence that the Incas honored and revered. Through their myths and rituals, they expressed their understanding of these profound truths, finding meaning and solace in the presence of their gods. In the quiet of the night, when the stars shone brightly and the world seemed at peace, the Inca people would whisper their prayers to Amaru and Supui. They would feel the earth beneath their feet, solid and eternal, and know that they were part of a grand and enduring mystery. Through the serpent's wisdom and the god of the underworld's guardianship, they found a sense of place and purpose, a connection to the divine that sustained them through the cycles of life and beyond. In the depths of the Andean wilderness, where the air was thick with mystery and the shadows seemed to come alive, there existed a spirit known as Yanaka. The very thought of this shape-shifting guardian sent shivers down the spines of those who dared to speak its name. Yanaka was not just a protector of the wilderness, it was a being of untamed magic, its essence woven into the fabric of the mountains and forests it watched over. Stories of Yanaka were whispered around campfires, told by those who had glimpsed its many forms. Some said it appeared as a majestic condor, soaring high above the peaks, its keen eyes watching every movement below. Others spoke of a powerful puma, its silent paws treading softly on the forest floor, ever vigilant and ready to pounce. There were tales of Yanaka transforming into a swift and elusive deer, darting through the underbrush with grace and speed that left humans in awe. But the most chilling stories were of Yanaka in its human form, a figure that could walk among men, its true nature hidden behind a guise of normalcy. Yanaka's role as a protector was a sacred one. The wilderness it guarded was home to countless creatures and plants, a world teeming with life and beauty. This spirit ensured that the delicate balance of nature was maintained, warding off those who would bring harm to the land. Hunters and travelers who respected the wilderness and its inhabitants were said to receive Yanaka's blessing, finding safe passage and good fortune. But those who sought to exploit or destroy the natural world faced the wrath of the shape-shifting spirit. They would lose their way in the dense forests, be plagued by strange and unsettling occurrences, or even disappear without a trace, becoming legends themselves. In the early morning mist, when the world seemed suspended between dreams and reality, you could almost feel the presence of Yanaka. The rustling of leaves, the distant cry of an animal, and the whispering wind all seemed to carry its essence. It was in these moments of stillness that the spirit's protective embrace was most palpable, a reminder of the sacred bond between the land and its guardian. Far from the wilderness, in the heart of Inca mythology, there existed another pair of figures whose story was etched into the very foundation of their civilization, Manco Capac and Mama Oclo. Their tale was not just one of creation but of love, wisdom, and the divine mission bestowed upon them by Inti, the sun god. Legend has it that Manco Capac and Mama Oclo emerged from the shimmering waters of Lake Titicaca, sent by their father, Inti, to bring order and civilization to the earth. They were divine beings, their bodies radiant with the sun's light, their hearts filled with the purpose of shaping a new world. As they stepped onto the land, the earth seemed to welcome them, recognizing the sanctity of their mission. Manco Capac carried with him a golden staff, a sacred instrument given by Inti, with the instruction to find a place where the staff would sink into the ground effortlessly. This place would be the center of their new civilization. Together, Manco Capac and Mama Oclo journeyed through valleys and mountains, their steps guided by the divine light. Their bond was unbreakable, their love for each other and their mission evident in every step they took. After a long and arduous journey, they arrived in the fertile valley of Cusco. Here, the golden staff sank into the earth with ease, signaling that this was the chosen place. With hearts full of joy and reverence, they began the work of building a city that would become the heart of the Inca Empire. Cusco was not just a city, it was a manifestation of divine will, a place where the heavens touched the earth. Manco Capac, with his strength and wisdom, taught the people how to cultivate the land, build homes, and live in harmony with nature. He shared the knowledge of agriculture, introducing the cultivation of maize, potatoes, and other crops that would sustain the growing population. His leadership was characterized by fairness and compassion, qualities that endeared him to the people and established a legacy of respect and reverence. Mama Aklo, with her grace and intelligence, imparted the knowledge of weaving, spinning, and household management. She taught the women how to create beautiful textiles, a skill that would become one of the hallmarks of Inca culture. Her teachings went beyond the practical. She instilled a sense of community, cooperation, and the importance of maintaining harmony within the family and society. Together, Manco Capac and Mama Aklo laid the foundations of Inca society, their teachings and wisdom shaping the culture and traditions that would endure for centuries. They were seen not just as rulers, but as divine parents, their love for their people as deep and nurturing as the love they had for each other. Their story was a beacon of hope and inspiration, a reminder of the divine origins of the Inca people and the sacred duty they carried. As the years passed, the city of Cusco grew and flourished, a testament to the divine mission of its founders. Temples, homes, and plazas were built, each stone laid with care and reverence. The spirit of Manco Capac and Mama Aklo lived on in the hearts of the people, their teachings guiding the Inca civilization to great heights. Even today, the legacy of Yanaka, Manco Capac, and Mama Aklo endures. Their stories are not just ancient tales, they are living traditions, carried in the hearts and minds of those who honor the past. The spirit of Yanaka watches over the wilderness, a guardian of the earth's hidden wonders. The teachings of Manco Capac and Mama Aklo continue to inspire, reminding us of the power of love, wisdom, and the sacred bond between humanity and the divine. The tale of the Ayar brothers begins with a morning so radiant, the sun's light seemed to dance on every leaf and stone. It was on such a day that these four brothers, Ayar Manco, Ayar Kachi, Ayar Uchu, and Ayar Aka, embarked on a journey that would shape the destiny of their people. Each brother was unique, with qualities that balanced and complemented the others, making them formidable as a unit. Ayar Manco, the wisest, often found himself leading with a gentle but firm hand. Ayar Kachi, with his fierce strength and untamed spirit, was both a protector and a force of nature. Ayar Uchu, known for his kindness and healing abilities, was the heart of the group, bringing compassion and balance. Lastly, Ayar Aka, the strategist and warrior, possessed a keen mind and a brave soul. Together, they set out to find a new homeland for their people, driven by a vision and a promise whispered by the gods. The journey was not just a physical one, but a quest that tested their bonds, courage, and faith. Each step they took was filled with the weight of their mission, their hearts beating with a mixture of hope and determination. The brothers faced many trials. From navigating treacherous mountain paths to confronting fierce beasts, their journey was fraught with danger. But it was their unity that saw them through. When Ayar Kachi's overwhelming strength threatened to harm rather than help, it was Ayar Manco's wisdom that tempered it. When exhaustion overcame them, Ayar Uchu's gentle care revived their spirits. And when enemies approached, Ayar Aka's strategic mind ensured their victory. One of the most poignant moments came when they discovered the legendary caves at Pacaratambo. It was here that Ayar Kachi, whose strength had become a threat, was tricked and entombed within the cave by his brothers, who mourned this necessary act. The weight of this decision was heavy, for they loved their brother dearly, but they knew it was essential for the safety of their mission and people. As they journeyed further, they encountered sacred sites and received divine signs that guided them. Their final destination was the fertile valley of Cusco, where they established their new home. Ayar Manco, who later became Manco Capac, the founder of the Inca civilization, led his people with the same wisdom and courage he had shown on their journey. The legacy of the Ayar brothers was etched into the heart of the Inca Empire, a testament to their bravery, sacrifice, and unwavering unity. The tales of the Ayar brothers are matched in beauty and emotion by the romantic and mythological stories surrounding Cunarea Huiracocha. This deity was not just a god, but a symbol of love, creativity, and the unpredictable nature of the heart. Cunarea Huiracocha was known for his transformative powers and his penchant for disguising himself in various forms to interact with humans. His most famous story begins with his unrequited love for Cavalaca, a beautiful and proud goddess. Cunarea, enamored by her, devised a plan to win her heart. Transforming himself into a humble bird, he tricked her into consuming a fruit containing his essence, thus impregnating her. When Cavalaca realized she was with child, she demanded that the father reveal himself. Cunarea, in his guise as a poor man, stepped forward, but Cavalaca, not recognizing him and scornful of his humble appearance, fled in shame and anger. She ran until she reached the sea, where she transformed herself and her child into stone statues, forever captured in their moment of sorrow and misunderstanding. This tale, filled with the themes of love, deception, and transformation, resonated deeply with the Inca people. It highlighted the complexities of human emotions and the divine interplay in their lives. Cunarea Huiracocha, despite his trickery, was seen as a figure of profound wisdom and creativity. His actions, though seemingly deceptive, were viewed as part of the divine narrative that wove through the fabric of existence. Cunerea's story did not end there. He continued to wander the earth, creating landscapes, rivers, and mountains. Wherever he went, he left a mark of his presence, shaping the world in ways both seen and unseen. His journey was one of constant movement, a reflection of the ever-changing nature of life and love. Through his wanderings, he taught the importance of adaptation, resilience, and the acceptance of life's unpredictable twists and turns. The stories of the Ayar brothers and Cunarea Huiracocha are more than ancient myths. They are tales that stir the soul, evoking the timeless themes of unity, love, sacrifice, and the eternal quest for meaning. These narratives, filled with heartache, triumph, and profound lessons, continue to resonate, reminding us of the deep emotional currents that have always flowed through human existence. On a clear Andean night, the sky seemed to pulse with the heartbeat of the universe. The stars twinkled like ancient eyes, watching over the land, telling stories of gods, heroes, and the intricate dance of life. To the Inca people, these stars were more than distant lights. They were sacred guides, part of a cosmic symphony that echoed the rhythms of the earth and the heavens. The Incas had a profound understanding of the cosmos. They gazed up at the night sky and saw constellations not just as clusters of stars, but as celestial beings and animals that had deep meanings and connections to their world. The Milky Way was known as Machu, the celestial river, flowing across the sky, a mirror of the earthly rivers that nourished their fields. Within this river of stars, they identified dark constellations formed by the shapes of voids and shadows. These figures included the serpent, the toad, and the llama, each with its own story and significance. The solstices were pivotal moments for the Inca, marking the great turning points in their calendar. The winter solstice, Inti Raymi, celebrated the rebirth of the sun god Inti. On this day, the Incas gathered in Cusco to honor Inti, performing rituals, dances, and sacrifices to ensure the sun's return and the fertility of their lands. The summer solstice, on the other hand, marked the time when the sun was at its peak, a moment of gratitude and celebration for the bountiful harvests. These celestial events were intertwined with their agricultural cycles. The stars guided the Incas in their planting and harvesting, aligning their activities with the cosmic order. The Pleiades, known as Calca, were particularly important. The appearance of these stars signaled the time to begin planting, while their disappearance marked the start of the harvest season. The Incas understood that their lives were part of a larger cycle, one that was governed by the movements of the heavens. Amidst this celestial wisdom, the Sikh system stood as a testament to the Incas' deep connection with cosmic energies. The Sikh system was a network of sacred pathways that radiated from the Coricancha, the Temple of the Sun in Cusco. These lines extended across the empire, linking wakas, sacred places such as springs, rocks, and temples, with the heart of Inca spiritual life. Each Sikh was more than a physical path, it was a conduit of spiritual energy, a thread that wove together the physical and the divine. priests and pilgrims traveled these pathways, performing rituals and offering prayers at the huacas, ensuring the flow of life and energy between the people and the gods. The Sikh system reflected the Incas' understanding that every part of their land was imbued with sacredness, each connected by invisible lines of power and purpose. Imagine walking these sacred paths, feeling the earth beneath your feet, knowing that each step was a step along a line that connected you to the stars above and the heart of your empire. The Sikh system was a map of their spiritual world, a way to navigate not just the physical landscape but the landscape of the soul. In the stillness of the night or the warmth of the sun's embrace, the Incas felt the presence of the cosmos in every aspect of their lives. They saw themselves as part of a grand design, their actions and rituals echoing the movements of the stars. The constellations, solstices, and the Sikh system were not just knowledge, they were living, breathing parts of their existence. The stars watched over the Incas, guiding them through the cycles of life, death, and rebirth. The sun and moon marked the passage of time, while the sacred pathways connected them to the heart of the divine. This profound connection to the cosmos infused their world with meaning and wonder, a testament to their deep wisdom and reverence for the universe. In every star that twinkled, and every step taken along a Sikh, the Incas found the heartbeat of the cosmos, a rhythm that echoed in their hearts and carried them through the ages. In the hushed twilight of the Andean mountains, where the whisper of the wind carries ancient secrets, there lies a prophecy that has stirred hearts and minds for centuries. It is a tale woven into the fabric of Inca belief, a prophecy that speaks of endings and beginnings, of cycles that span the ages. The Inca prophecy begins with the understanding that the world is not static but part of a grand cosmic dance, a dance of creation and destruction, of birth and rebirth. At its heart lies the concept of Pachacuti, the turning over of time. This belief teaches that civilizations rise and fall in great cycles, each epoch marked by the rise of a new sun and the transformation of the old. Imagine standing on the precipice of such a moment, feeling the weight of history and destiny in the air. The Incas believed that they lived in the age of the fifth sun, a time of great splendor and achievement. Yet, they also knew that this age, like those before it, would one day come to an end. This was not a prophecy of doom but of transformation, a belief that with every ending comes a new beginning, that the world is constantly renewed through cycles of creation. Central to this prophecy is the figure of Viracocha, the creator deity who shaped the world and all living things. It was Viracocha who breathed life into the first humans, giving them the tools and knowledge to thrive. But Viracocha was not just a creator, he was also a transformer, capable of reshaping the world in times of great change. The Inca prophecy foretold of Viracocha's return, a time when he would once again walk among his people, ushering in a new age of enlightenment and renewal. As the sun sets over the mountains, casting golden hues across the sky, one cannot help but feel a sense of awe and reverence for the myths of transformation and rebirth that permeate Inca culture. These myths tell of spirits and deities who evolve over time, their stories intertwining with the fate of humanity. One such myth speaks of Pachamama, the earth goddess, who nurtures and sustains all life. Pachamama is not just a passive force, but an active participant in the cycles of creation and renewal. Her spirit is felt in the fertile soil, the rushing rivers, and the towering mountains that define the Andean landscape. She is both mother and provider, offering bounty to those who honor her and balance to those who respect her. In contrast, there is Supui, the god of the Underworld, whose realm lies beneath the earth's surface. Supui is a figure of darkness and mystery, a guardian of the spirits of the dead. Yet, even in his domain, there is transformation. Supui is not just a figure of fear but of transition, guiding souls from one life to the next, ensuring that the cycle of existence continues unabated. These myths remind us that transformation is not always easy or straightforward. It is a journey filled with challenges, uncertainties, and moments of profound insight. The spirits and deities of Inca mythology embody this journey, their stories reflecting the complexities of human experience and the eternal quest for understanding. In the quietude of the Andean night, under a blanket of stars that have witnessed countless generations, one can sense the enduring power of these myths. They are more than tales of gods and heroes, they are mirrors that reflect the human condition, echoing our hopes, fears, and aspirations. As the Inca prophecy continues to resonate in the hearts of those who hear its whispers, it serves as a reminder of the interconnectedness of all things, the interplay between past, present, and future, the cycles of life and death, and the enduring spirit of renewal that lies at the heart of the cosmos. In embracing these myths, we embrace not only the richness of Inca culture but also the timeless wisdom that transcends boundaries of time and place. In the vibrant tapestry of Andean cultures, the legacy of Inca mythology stands as a thread that weaves together past and present, myth and reality. It is a legacy that continues to resonate deeply, touching the hearts and minds of those who seek to understand the profound wisdom and timeless truths embedded within these ancient tales. At the heart of this legacy lies the enduring influence of Inca mythology on Andean cultures. For centuries, these myths have served as a spiritual compass, guiding communities in their understanding of the world and their place within it. From the towering peaks of the Andes to the bustling markets of modern cities, traces of Inca beliefs can still be found, reflected in rituals, festivals, and daily life. Imagine standing atop Machu Picchu, where the whispers of the past mingle with the breath of the wind. Here, the Incas saw not just a citadel of stone but a sacred landscape imbued with spiritual significance. Machu Picchu, with its intricate terraces and stone temples, continues to inspire awe and wonder, drawing visitors from around the world who seek to connect with its ancient spirit. The legacy of Inca mythology extends beyond physical landmarks to encompass a deeper cultural identity. It is reflected in the languages spoken, the art created, and the traditions passed down through generations. Inca myths speak to themes universal to humanity, love, sacrifice, resilience, and offer insights into the complexities of human nature and the mysteries of existence. One of the most poignant aspects of Inca mythology is its ability to adapt and evolve over time. As Andean societies encountered new influences and underwent transformations, so too did their myths. Yet, the core beliefs and values remained intact, serving as a source of continuity and resilience in the face of change. Today, the enduring appeal of Inca myths lies in their ability to resonate with contemporary audiences. In a world that often feels fragmented and uncertain, these stories offer a sense of connection to something greater than oneself. They remind us of our shared humanity and the interconnectedness of all living things. Take, for example, the myth of Inti, the sun god, whose warmth and light sustain life. Inca farmers continue to honor Inti through rituals and ceremonies, seeking his blessing for bountiful harvests. This reverence for the natural world and its cycles is a testament to the timeless wisdom embedded in Inca mythology, a wisdom that encourages harmony and balance with the earth. Similarly, the story of Pachamama, the earth goddess, resonates deeply in modern times as awareness grows about environmental stewardship and sustainability. Pachamama embodies the sacred relationship between humans and the natural world, reminding us of the importance of respecting and protecting the earth for future generations. Inca myths also offer a lens through which to explore issues of identity and cultural heritage. For many Andean peoples, these stories serve as a source of pride and resilience in the face of historical injustices and ongoing challenges. They provide a framework for understanding the past while envisioning a future grounded in tradition and community. As we reflect on the enduring appeal and relevance of Inca myths today, we are reminded of their power to inspire, educate, and unite. They transcend borders and language barriers, inviting people of all backgrounds to engage with their profound insights and timeless truths. In closing, the legacy of Inca mythology is not just a relic of the past, but a living testament to the enduring spirit of a people who continue to find meaning and guidance in their ancient stories. It is a legacy that invites us to listen, to learn, and to embrace the wisdom of the Andean ancestors who saw the world as a sacred tapestry woven with threads of myth and magic.